So we continue on with that broken ribbon cable for the telescope controller. As you can see, the contacts are printed on the plastic, so I can't solder to them really. So what I have to do is just to, using this self-adhesive copper foil, I cut the strips for it. Like so. Now I'm just simply placing strips under the traces, hoping that they will, by touching the copper, they will connect, and then I'll glue those two parts together after. And it will be, I hope, relatively easily to either attach the original end of the original ribbon cable, or better still, use some solderable ribbon cable, if I can find a cable with the same pitch. I think that that would be the preferred method for any future repairs. I can't replace the whole ribbon cable because it is attached to the display here and it is not openable. So I cut that ribbon cable at the place where it had cracked, like here, for instance, traces. Stopped conducting. If I go wrong, I still have some length of it to repeat the process if necessary. I hope not. So what I'm doing, I'm just lacing those strips under the contacts. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Bend on me. Like that. I hope it will contact all right. I'll check it later by using needle probes. I'll pierce through somewhere here to check the continuity of those strips. If not, that unit is irreparable. It's my only hope. Strips are so fine that electrostatic force is greater than their ability to keep stride. That's not good. I have to find a better way, I guess. It's a very touch and go process. The strips will have greater area to stick to. I think I'll also stick the pad so it doesn't move on me. including the strips, like so. Sticky tape, the sticky tape won't stick to the silicone. It will stick to the plastic and to itself. Like so. Maybe that will prevent some moving of the pad. Not much I can see, but maybe just a bit. Okay. Turn those curled on me. That's okay. Oh yeah, that's it. I'll straighten them a little bit later. Just to make sure that nothing is actually shorting. No, it's not. Okay, the next strip. It's underlying paper from one of the previous strips. Okay, stay there. Okay. Very glad I purchased that self-adhesive copper foil. It has so many uses for repair of the circuit boards. It's very good. I can only separate the strips they held by their glue. Okay. You just stay there, please. Okay, it's stuck here. That's good. I don't want you to bend. I want you to straighten here, actually. I think I'll use my finger. It's much more control. It's not a good idea. huge tendency to curl, which is not helping a lot. Okay, that's better. Print state on this side. I'm not sure if it will connect or not. Very bad idea, those printed ribbon cables. Very bad. Sure about the last two ones, because the print stayed on the bottom part, and on the bottom of the foil is an adhesive, which may prevent from contacting. To redo the last two ones a little bit deeper. In fact, I may need to redo the whole lot to go much deeper. Perhaps not redo, just add to it. Problem is that if I actually bend it too sharply, it will crack again, this paint. It's very, very bad idea. Look how easy it separates this cable. The old, that's why the paint crumbles. The idea is not to bend it too sharp. Like when I bend too sharp, this one is cracked here. So what I want to do, I want to separate it. Oh, bastard. Fortunately, parts of it stay on the bottom, right on the bottom. Oh well, I may need to try another approach then. This is all not good. Those cracks will not conduct. That cable needs to be I tried different approach now. I peeled off much further, and what I want to do is just check if those traces are continuous by touching, which may not be the case actually. Which may actually not be the case. They may be still covered with some sort of okay. So what I need to do is do it totally differently. Unfortunately, in this case, copper foil, I don't think it will be of much use. But I'll sharpen them as well. Make them as sharp as I can. I keep rotating them as I'm moving up and down. Make sure that they can pierce with ease. These wires. This is very good sharpening stone, Japanese. Okay, I think that this one is sharp enough. And this one. The grade of the stone is 6,000, so it is very, very fine stone. And very hard to, which is brilliant. I think that should be sharp enough. Brand is Husk, Husk, Japan. Very happy about that stone. Actually, I bought those stones, that stone, which is combination of 1000 and 6000 grade together with knives. Very nice knives. Okay. Yes, that works much better. Actually remove the whole display to have better access to the ribbon cable. And what I want to do now is actually undo this. Because my next approach would be just to pierce those traces somewhere here with the sharp connector. But that may not be as easy as it sounds. Lose connectivity very quickly. Print is made out of very fine powder deposited on a plastic. So if I clear the gap in between the particles of the powder, it stopped conducting. That is the silly, silly idea. How do you fix this? I have no idea. And now I can't exactly replace the whole ribbon. You can see the traces under the glass. On the other side is covered with some sort of, well, rubbery cover. I could try to remove the rubbery cover, but I guess it is just glued to the traces. Oh well. How to do it? How to do it? Just want to check how this. You can see that it is covered with some sort of glue as well. It's not just a matter of simply separating those two layers. It also requires me to remove that layer of glue between them without removing the paint, which is going to be a challenge. So my original idea of using the foil just to touch it wouldn't work anyway, because the traces, the printed traces, are covered with the glue. I don't think I'm going to remove it successfully anyway. Not without affecting the paint. Well, this part of ribbon is good for nothing already. So I can just experiment on it, but I don't see it happening. No, can't see it happening. Would be nice if I could remove it, but no, not without affecting the paint. It's far too thin. I've done before in similar situation, except that those pieces of plastic which were much thicker, so was the paint much thicker. So what I ended up doing, cutting in situation like that, while they were still glued together, those two pieces, the traces were much wider too, much fewer. So I cut on the top little channel of the top plastic and filled that with the conductive paint and then covered that with the epoxy. However, in this case, it's not going to work because when I remove the plastic, I'll remove also, because the paint is so thin, I will remove the paint as well. I don't think I will be able to repair that thing. I think it is game over, sorry.